Do you want your home to always be cool in the summer heat without air conditioning? Discover the Amish secret that has worked for 200 years. As temperatures climb and heat waves sweep across the nation, the thought of withstanding Arizona's relentless summers without air conditioning feels almost unthinkable, like wrapping yourself in a heavy quilt during a raging wildfire. Yet, the Amish, famed for their deliberate avoidance of modern conveniences, have established thriving communities in one of America's hottest regions without a single cooling unit. Before the mere idea sends sweat trickling down your brow, let's take a moment to pause and dive into the captivating question: how do they manage to do it with such ease? You might initially chalk it up to sheer willpower, and there's certainly a measure of that resilience at play. But the story runs much deeper and more intricate than raw endurance alone. It's a masterful blend of ancient techniques honed over generations, a resilient cultural mindset, and ingenious architectural designs that stand in stark contrast to our gadget-reliant lifestyles. The truth is, they've maintained this way of life far longer than our electronic innovations have existed, suggesting their wisdom might hold lessons worth exploring. Here's a striking detail to ponder. While Arizona's summer peaks can soar to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cook a meal on the sidewalk, most of us can't fathom a single day without blasting the AC when the thermometer hits triple digits. Yet air conditioning is a relatively recent invention, only becoming widespread in homes during the mid-20th century. For thousands of years before that, people devised clever, natural ways to stay comfortable, and the Amish have preserved and perfected those methods, adapting them with remarkable creativity to the arid, unforgiving desert landscape that differs so vastly from Pennsylvania's lush hills and cool summer nights.
Don't worry, I'm not suggesting you unplug your AC tomorrow and don a traditional bonnet. Instead, we're embarking on an exciting virtual journey into the world of the Amish to discover how they not only cope but flourish in this intense heat. They stand as living proof that electricity isn't essential for staying cool, and along the way, we might find that their solutions are more practical and adaptable than they first appear. Now that we've touched on the Amish's extraordinary adaptability to Arizona's extremes, it's clear that grit alone won't lower your body temperature when the shade offers little relief at 115 degrees Fahrenheit. No, they have far smarter strategies up their sleeves, starting with their homes. Picture stepping into a tranquil oasis amidst a scorching desert. Outside, the air shimmers with heat, threatening to melt everything in its path. But inside, it's refreshingly moderate, calm, and perfectly bearable.
This daily reality in an Amish Arizona home stems from the robust, thick walls crafted from clay, adobe, and timber, materials drawn directly from the earth. The secret lies in those dense walls. The thicker they are, the harder it is for heat to penetrate, acting as a natural barrier that preserves the coolness within. In a place like Arizona, where the sun relentlessly scorches all it touches, this method works like magic. The principle is elegantly simple yet brilliantly effective. Thick walls absorb the sun's heat slowly, and by the time it begins to seep through, night has typically fallen, bringing cooler desert breezes to dissipate it. Imagine this: standing outside in peak summer with nothing between you and the sun, you'd be drenched in sweat within seconds, feeling like you're baking alive. But sheltered within a fortress of natural materials, the warmth barely registers. I recall visiting an old adobe structure on a sweltering afternoon. The exterior was like a furnace, but stepping inside felt like discovering a hidden spring, cool enough to linger for hours. The Amish have perfected this technique, making it a cornerstone of their daily life. Dear friends, in this busy world, finding peace and simplicity is a true blessing. If you appreciate the Amish way, their wisdom, their care for saving and enjoying life's simple joys, I warmly invite you to subscribe to my channel. Together, we can learn to live more thoughtfully, with less stress and more joy. Your support means the world to me and helps our community grow. Thank you for being here. I wish you health, happiness, and peace every day. Science backs this up. These materials boast high thermal mass, storing heat during the day and releasing it gradually at night when temperatures drop. It's like nature's own thermostat, and in a climate where days sizzle and nights cool, it keeps homes livable without consuming a single watt of power. But the Amish don't stop at walls. Their homes feature tall ceilings that allow hot air to rise and escape through vents or open windows, creating a natural airflow that circulates cooler air from below. Add strategically placed windows for cross-ventilation, and you have a ventilation system powered solely by the wind. In essence, their architecture works in harmony with the environment, not against it, turning potential discomfort into everyday comfort. Now, let's explore an unexpectedly powerful aspect: their clothing. If you've seen Amish folks in the height of summer, you might wonder how they avoid melting in those long sleeves. Surprisingly, those sleeves and wide-brimmed hats are key to keeping them cool. It seems counterintuitive. While we strip down to tank tops and shorts at the first sign of heat, long, loose garments shield the body from direct sunlight, preventing overheating. Like desert nomads in movies who layer up to endure extreme temperatures, the Amish apply the same brilliant logic. Lightweight fabrics allow air to circulate underneath, wicking away sweat and creating a personal microclimate of coolness. A fascinating fact: studies confirm that loose, light clothing reduces heat absorption, making it more effective than bare skin during prolonged sun exposure. The wide hats provide shade for the face and neck, like carrying a portable umbrella everywhere you go. Remember your grandparents advising you to cover up in the sun? Turns out they were onto something, rooted in both experience and science. This method not only cools, but protects against sunburn, blending practicality with tradition in a sustainable, clever way. Another cornerstone of their cooling strategy is the ingenious ice house. In winter, they harvest ice from frozen ponds, pack it with sawdust or straw for insulation, and store it in underground pits or insulated sheds. When summer arrives, this natural freezer keeps food chilled without electricity. It might sound old-fashioned, but it's remarkably efficient. Even in 120-degree F heat, the ice can last for months, preserving meat, milk, and produce. The Amish layered the ice meticulously, using hay bales for extra insulation, ensuring their provisions stay fresh through the hottest seasons. This technique aligns perfectly with their philosophy of seasonal preparation, harnessing winter's cold to combat summer's heat. There's no humming refrigerator warming the house, just a silent, cost-free cooler. I once tried a mini ice house in my garage with frozen blocks and insulation. It wasn't as elaborate, but it kept drinks cold for days, hinting at the Amish's mastery. Their ice houses are community efforts too, with families collaborating on harvesting and storing, strengthening bonds while securing comfort. Beyond buildings and storage, the Amish cleverly use natural shade. They plant trees around homes to create dappled cover, reducing indoor temperatures by 10 to 20 degrees F. Vine-covered trellises and shaded porches turn yards into cool retreats, offering a place to relax even on the hottest days. It's a long-term investment. A sapling planted today means relief tomorrow, a lesson in foresight we could all adopt. Water plays a vital, multifaceted role too. Shallow wells or cisterns provide cool drinking water and evaporative cooling. Wetting cloths, mats, or even floors lowers air temperature as water evaporates. Simple fans or breezes over damp surfaces mimic natural air conditioning, a technique as old as time but highly effective in dry climates. They sometimes hang wet fabrics in doorways or use shallow trays of water to enhance this cooling effect, letting the desert air do the work. Their diet adapts as well. Light, hydrating meals like fresh salads, juicy fruits, and chilled soups keep bodies cool from within, avoiding heavy dishes that raise internal heat. Cooking at night or using outdoor ovens minimizes daytime warmth buildup, keeping homes cooler. Another intriguing method is their use of handmade or natural fans. Amish often craft fans from tree leaves or lightweight fabrics, using them manually or with airflow to create a gentle breeze. This simple yet effective technique is especially useful during short breaks or quiet moments. They also employ elevated beds built with wood and mats to keep sleepers off the ground's stored heat. These raised platforms reduce contact with the warm surface, enhancing nighttime comfort in the hottest months. A lesser-known tactic involves reflective surfaces. They sometimes whitewash walls or use light-colored fabrics to reflect sunlight, minimizing heat absorption and keeping interiors brighter and cooler. Community cooperation adds another layer. During peak heat, neighbors share shaded workspaces or cooling resources like ice, fostering a collective resilience that eases individual burdens. At the heart of it all is their unique mindset, viewing heat as an integral part of life, not an enemy to battle. Rising early for chores before the sun peaks, taking midday rests in shade, and leaning on community support make endurance not just possible, but enjoyable. This resilience stems from deep faith, a simple lifestyle, and respect for nature, proving that true comfort comes from living in sync with the environment. In wrapping up, the Amish's cooling methods, from thick-walled homes with tall ceilings to ice houses, natural shade, water-based techniques, strategic clothing, and community support, offer a comprehensive blueprint for living without power dependency. They've demonstrated that creativity, adaptability, and harmony with nature can conquer even 120-degree F extremes. Perhaps it's time to borrow a page from their book for our own sweltering summers. What surprised you most about their approach? Share in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and perhaps inspire a cooler, simpler way of life. If this exploration of Amish wisdom has sparked your curiosity, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights into practical living, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and stay cool out there.